Welcome to the Fly Route Pod. Whether it's your first time listening to any of our videos or you're a return listener, do us a favor. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod.
Okay, let's get into our predictions for the NFC South. As always, now I'm trying to bring a fan of a team in the division. Oh, look at him walking away. So, that means it's a great place to start at. Let's start with the Falcons, buddy. How are you feeling about this season? I mean, look, you got Kyle Pitts. That's great. Then you traded Julio Jones and went from probably one of the best wide receiving units possible to, I'm not really sure what you want to call that.
I had a dream during the fourth pick of the NFL draft that Kyle Pitts and Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley would give me hope of getting to the NFL playoffs. And, last I heard, because I've been focused on the Atlanta Hawks, I don't know if you know the Atlanta Hawks got to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I haven't really heard anything going on with the Atlanta Falcons. So, I think we're good. Did I miss anything important?
Besides bingo?
No, we don't want to talk about him. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to give you what I feel like the energy is around the Atlanta Falcons for fans, and I think we're very confused, and I think there's a lot of uncertainty. I think you look at Kyle Pitts and you see a monster in the waiting, and I think that if he has a season where he's 700 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns, people are going to think it's a failure. Because I think that they are going to demand Julio Jones type numbers from him. And he's not going to do Julio Jones things. That's not what he's built to do. At least not maybe in the first year. You don't want to put those expectations on him. I'm going to say something very controversial, and I know Falcon fans are going to flip out, and I'm really sorry. Y'all were not going to draft a quarterback. We were not going to trade Matt Ryan. I know these are things you do not want to hear, but I'm here to tell you the truth. You know why you weren't going to trade Matt Ryan? Because no one wanted Matt Ryan. So since no one wanted Matt Ryan, we could have either ate all the cap, or we could restructure him and create some cap space. I don't know what they have on defense. I love Dean Pease. I love their coaching staff, right? We love Grady Jarrett. And I think, last year they were not terrible against the run, and they had some moments. But, we're living in the fog of there's no Julio Jones. My mom was a diehard Julio Jones fan. I have a special sort of urn. My mom passed away, and her Julio Jones jersey lays right next to her. And, it's hard to envision what the Falcons are in a world of no Julio Jones. But the entire NFC South is just in a complete state of uncertainty, to be honest with you. We can talk about the Saints, we can talk about the Panthers, but I'll pose this question to you. At the end of the Super Bowl, if I told you the Tampa Bay Bucks came back with every starter that they had, the Falcons got rid of Julio Jones, the Saints lost Drew Brees, and the Carolina Panthers brought in Sam Darnold, do you really think any of those teams are messing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
No. Okay, I'm with you. I had the Falcons probably going 6-11, and that's a little harsh. Look, there's a possibility of 7 wins. I felt like you all would beat the Eagles, the Jets, the Jags, the Lions, and split with the Panthers, and that would put you all at about 6 wins.
We could wait. That's got to be. Come on, we got to get at least 8. That's not right.
Are you trying to see your schedule?
I am trying to see my schedule because I'm in pain right now. So give me a moment.
I can put your schedule on the screen.
No. Why you got to bring up old stuff? Just let me do it my way.
I can put your schedule on the screen, sir.
No, we good.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? I'm good. Yeah,
Are you sure?
Well, hold on. I'm doing math in my head. Okay, that's one. That's an L.
Sir.
2 wins. That's an L. 3. L. 6. We gonna win 6 games. Oh man!
God, yo.
Oh, we gonna win 6.
For all of
Oh,
our
my
video
Lord.
listeners or viewers on YouTube, I put up the Falcons schedule as he went through it and figured out that 6 wins is actually a pretty, it's not a mean prediction. So then I give you, would you take the over or under on 6.5, Eric?
So these are not, tips for you to be gambling. These are for fun. I am not telling you what you should or should not do. I will just say that there's a person I know named Derek who, after the NFL draft, took the over on 7.5. And then when the Julio Jones trade, in order to compensate for that, Derek took the under on 6.5. So do with that as you may.
Did Derek bet
Derek,
both sides of the Falcons spread?
Derek panic bet and took the under, which, sometimes you just got to break even. Sometimes you got to break even with Vegas. Sometimes Vegas give it, sometimes Vegas take it away. So that's what look. I think that if you're an optimistic Falcons fan, here's the optimistic scenario. New coaching staff, new energy. There are players on the defensive side of the ball that are better than you think. Better O-line play, better balance on in the game. The one thing that people have to understand is the hatred for teams in the NFC South run deep. And it doesn't matter how talented you think you are. Go back and look at the the Buccaneers games the Falcons played, and they sort of gave them hell. Look at the fact that they almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. I think that there is a pathway that Atlanta gets to 9. And that pathway is the coaching staff. Because remember, the Atlanta Falcons had a run differential or point differential that was reminiscent of a team that was 7-9 last year, or 8-8. I can't remember the exact number. If they get a little bit better on regression and they close out games that they win, remember they were beating the Bucs down late in the season, and all of a sudden Tampa Bay had to come back. I think Matt Ryan threw for 250 and 3 touchdowns. Then there's a pathway that maybe they beat the Saints one time because their quarterback situation is very, very suspect.
Maybe that puts you at 7.
Yeah. Maybe they beat the Redskins because their quarterback situation is skeptical. Although the Redskins have a phenomenal defense.
I think they're going to crush you all.
No, because in order for us to get crushed, you've got to have an offense that I think can do that more than sort of short pass game.
Underrated. That offense is underrated. They have Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson. Maybe look. Yeah,
great. Those are all great. Those are all great players in the 8th and 9th round of your fantasy draft, I guess. But their quarterback is who?
Fitzmagic.
Who was their quarterback before that? Oh, we can't talk about him because of what just happened. My apologies. We'll move on. Anyway.
Okay. All I'm saying is week 4, that's prime Fitzmagic time until you get to week 6, 7. Then it becomes Fitzmagic. Week 4 is prime Fitzmagic time.
I think that there's a scenario in which if you told me the Falcons beat the Giants, Redskins, who did I say? Giants and split with the Saints. That's 3 extra wins. It's feasible. It's plausible. It's not likely. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not even betting in the Falcons go, what is it? 9-8. But I could see the scenario where it happens. And it has more to do with how teams get up and play for their own division. Tampa's going to get everyone's best shot, and they're uber talented in that division. But if you got to have quarterback play in this NFL, and there's a lot of teams that got shaky quarterback play. If Jameis Winston is just meh, or God forbid they start the tight end at quarterback, then you know what I'm saying? Those are different situations. But I think we don't know what Atlanta is, and then we're going to look back after week 4 and go either, wow, their defense has shown us something we can't see, or, oh my God, the Kyle Pitts thing is phenomenal. Or after 4 games, they're 1-3 and it's bring on the tank.